Why, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your hosting guide, Zollin Ironshield, and today I'm going to talk you through a little bit about the Discord app. Okay, so I, real quick, put out there, I am not sponsored at all. I'm mainly doing this to help out some of my community, and also, I really love the application of Discord. If you follow me on my channel, you're welcome to join. I will leave a link down there in the description. It'll be good for 1 week, and if you ever want to join after, go to voiceoftherings.com. My social media tab will always have a link that's good to our Discord. Check it out, and I'm going to tell you some bonuses here. So a lot of times when people join the server or the Discord, is a lot of people don't want to have the constant notifications, right? That's a big thing, especially if you're on your phone. So at the end, towards the end of this video, I also have a part where I'm going to mirror my phone to the video and show you how to, basically how the phone version works. And I'm going to show, once you mute certain channels, if you don't want certain notifications, if you only want to get notifications straight from like me, as you know, when a new video is out or an announcement for an event, then you want to be a part of the community, but you also don't want to maybe hear conversations of 30 different people. I can understand that could be not as enjoyable. So I'm going to quickly, with easing you into this real quick. It's really not that hard of an application, but for anything brand new, for anyone, can be. All right. So again, I want to talk you through. I'm also going to show you how to do a little customization, how to kind of navigate. All that stuff is going to be in this video. So if it does help you, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm not a tech channel per se. I'm a Lord of the Rings content channel, but I do a lot of technical stuff as a content creator and building community, especially on our Discord. So with that little intro out of the way, let's get straight into it. I'm going to bring up the Discord app. Now, I highly recommend that if you are going to use Discord, that you use the application. Now, one thing I want to show you right off the bat, for maybe those people who it's like, oh, it's a little bit small on your computer, if you have a big monitor or something, there's a little trick when you're in Discord. This works for PC users. I think there's a command, I forget which one it is for Mac, but there's also a command for Mac to zoom in and zoom out. It's the same thing you do on a browser. If you hold down Control and click the plus or minus by the backspace, it will actually enlarge Discord, okay? The chat, the whole entire thing. I'm going to make it much larger like this right now, as large as it'll let me, just so for the video, it's nice and close for you guys, okay? Now, personally, I like it much smaller than this when it's on the side of my screen, because I like to be able to see everything at once. So keep that in mind. Control, minus, and plus, you can make it bigger or smaller, okay? So now the first thing when you pop into Discord, what you're going to see when you first start your Discord, okay, it's going to look something like this. Let me just show you. All right, it's going to look something like this. It's going to be pretty blank. It might be bright. There's a setting you can turn on dark mode as the theme in the settings. I will kind of go through that on this alt account. You could also do it through the browser, of course, but as I just said, I highly recommend you download it. Again, I am not sponsored by them at all. I do love this platform, though. I love using it, and it's a good free one, and it's great for gamers and just making communities in general. Because it kind of makes like a house or like a secret base kind of style. Anyway, that's to make you giggle. But basically, you'll see this on the left side when you first start up. It'll have a bunch of things over here, and it will have probably nothing when you first, unless you got invited to a server. If you click the join my server with that link, it will automatically have you have the little bubble of Voice of the Rings on this side. This panel on the left side is basically, it controls all the worlds you're in, okay, all the different houses. I would recommend them as like houses, even though they're called servers, right, would be the technical term. But basically, you can click plus here, you can always click and it'll add a new server, create your own server, that kind of stuff. There's explore servers and download the app. This button is here because this is the browser version. See how I'm on a browser for this. Again, I don't recommend using the browser. I recommend using this version. It's the app or application, depending on what you're using for your computer. All right, whether you're PC or Mac. So as you can see here, I've got all of my servers on the left side. You can also customize. If you have a lot of servers, little side note, you can always take your mouse and you can like hold left click down on it. And what will happen is it'll move around and you can drag and drop it onto other servers and it will make these little things right here. See this? See how I made a little organization and put it in there? And you can do a similar thing by grabbing it and bringing it out, and wherever that green bar shows up there, you can drop it and boom. You want to drop it outside, make sure it's outside of the thing, right? So outside, boop, there you go. And then that one's a single by itself, so it should just turn into a regular one. If it doesn't, sometimes you have to drag and drop them out. Boom. Now they're all individual again there. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's Age of Empires, different server. I clicked on a different random server there. But yeah, so anyway, it's nice because you can kind of organize and keep things good. You can always add more servers, all that kind of stuff. So all this bar on the left does is control what world you're in. But let's say you're only in my server. You're only in the server of Voice of the Rings. This left side doesn't really matter for you too much, except for the very top button, okay? Now, the very top button for you is going to look something like this, all right? Just real quick throw out there. It's going to look like this. If you're a brand new account, it'd be something really blank like this. This is my alt account. I'm going to show you stuff with it because I don't really care. It has no personal information on it. So I'll show you how to go into settings and stuff with this account. But you can see I'm friends with my main account. When you go up here, you can always, again, click on the certain channels and go into it. Here you can see this is if you brand new just joined my server. This was what it would look like for a brand new player, you know, person that comes in kind of thing. Player, brand new person. But this button is very important up here for you at the top because it's your friends and direct messages, okay? What does that mean? It's, you know, it's your chat. It's your individual chat messages, okay? Now I'm going to keep that one off to the side for now here because I don't want to confuse you. I have a separate app open for having that open. So direct messages, it's kind of nice. You can have direct conversations. Like I was talking with Mr. Ravel. It's okay, nothing. We were just having fun talking. But it's really fun because this is where you would have your direct message conversations. I'm not going to hover this too much because, again, it's your personal stuff. You could look at your friends, and right here, and there's a bunch of information when you click on this. This is all the people you know that are online that are friends with you. You know, you can do everyone. Your pending. You know, if you wanted to ask someone for a friend because people that are blocked, I probably shouldn't show that, but it's just mostly spammers. I don't it's blocked. So that's the first information you should know. Nitro, that's if you're paying for the annual thing. You don't need that as a new you don't need to worry about that. It does help with some stuff, give you some bonuses, but I'm going to try to keep to the basics on this video, okay? Message requests, this is where you'd see someone sending you a message for like a friend request or something like that. The shop you can kind of ignore. If you want to make a new direct message to someone brand new, you can always click this little create DM, which is direct message, right? And find that person, right? Find that person's account, send a direct message to them. There's also a way you can make group messages and stuff, but I'm not going to go into that too much because I'm trying to make this a simple version for starting brand new. If you want me to make more like that in the future, I don't want this video to turn into an hour. So we're going to keep that. Keep it simple. So anyway, when you first join in, okay, you're going to see this information tab. So this is the next thing that's very important. This stuff at the bottom right here is important. This is your main account, okay? So this is me right here, Zollin down there in the far bottom right. We also have mute. That's if I'm in a channel, right? So if I join a voice channel in here, which I'll explain the difference between a voice channel and a text channel, okay? This is important to know. And then click deafen. If you deafen, you automatically mute. Just throwing that out there, okay? So mute, no one will hear your mic. You'll still hear other people. If you deafen, you won't be able to hear other people, and you also won't be able to hear Mike, okay? They won't be able to hear you. The settings gear, we're going to go on my alt account to look at that because that's where you get your private information. So everything down there in that little bar right here with the settings gear and your name, that is you. That is your personal account. Now, when we go to the very top up here at Voice of the Rings, we have a little drop-down menu, okay? So this is a little drop-down menu. This is where a lot of the information is that I need to show you some stuff, okay? You can invite people. Usually only leadership has them. You won't be able to probably see this particular tab or use it. There's server settings. So let me just bring back up my alt account so make sure what I'm saying is what you're going to see. So if we go to here and we go to click on Voice of the Rings, you can go upstairs. So you don't have really a drop-down information because that's more for me as a creator. But as you can see here, you can, browse channels, edit your server profile. This is a big one. Can I just throw this out there for all of my new viewers? If you really need to know this, I really love it if you would put your Discord name to have a slash or information of your Lord of the Rings online name or your YouTube name that you watch me with streams or talk to me, because it really helps me out and the officers in our group and everyone, because otherwise it's really like I feel bad when I don't know who someone is. So you can edit your server profile here, and again, I don't have any personal information on this account to show you, but this is my alt account. So you can say, what's your server nickname? Well, server nickname is something, it's not your account name, it's what you'll be known as and seen as in that Discord, okay? So let's say, you know, I'm Voice of the Rings, right? But I'm slash, you know, you could do a slash or something and say I'm also Zollin Ironshield, right? And sometimes it won't let you quite fit it all, so you'll have to think about that. So, you know, I might even do something like, you know, Voice of the Rings slash Zollin Ironshield, right? Ta-da! Something like that. Go ahead and hit enter. It's automatically, you might need to click that little save button up there in the top right. Don't forget that. And there's some other information here, and then I'm gonna pop back over there. And now you see when I am chat in our channel. So I'm gonna just throw in a test chat here. So the typing is always at the bottom. I'm just gonna say test. Aha! See? Voice of the Ring Zollin. This is my alt account. All right. So anyway, just in case anyone sees that and freaks out, like, what? What's going on? You can see there's my main, there's my alt account. You can also change your icon, all that kind of stuff. You can figure that out yourself. That's not really too hard. It's in the settings. You just go to the little gear, remember, in your private information, and go to your profile. And then right here, you can actually click this little thing right here and choose a picture. Okay? So that's basically how you do that. So those are the two things. Make sure your name helps reflect your in-game Lord of the Rings Online name or YouTube name on Discord. It'll help me and others tremendously to remember who you are, because I'm already not very good at remembering names. Also, if you have a similar picture in Discord as well as other things, and like YouTube, that'll help me out too. I'm pretty good when it comes to images. So now, as you can see, we have a couple different things going on. I want to go back over to my main account to show you this next part, because it's kind of important. All right. And so let me go over to here. And you can see here, by the way, see how this is perfect timing. Mr. Ravel sent me a message. You can see I have one message from Mr. Ravel. If I clicked it, I would be able to talk to him, but I'm not going to since we're making a video right now. I'll talk to him in a minute. So now here is the first thing you need to know about this middle tab area, okay? These little plus buttons are not, you won't see these, but this little drop down button will close and open these, okay? Unless you're clicked on one of these chat channels. Now, what is the difference between a text and voice channel? Text channels always have the little hashtag, all right? And you hover, it'll actually say text, okay? And if you see one that has a little speaker, that's a voice channel, all right? So now if I joined this, if I left click this channel, you will join it automatically. This is with the online. So you can see I'm now inside. My thing's lighting up green. If anyone else joins this channel, they would hear me right now, okay? Again, you can do the mute button here and the deafen. And you can see it shows it right there when you deafen or do that. If, let's say, you're joining us for a kinship event, okay? And we do kinship voice or something. This is something that, you know, I'm trusting my kinship members that they will be, you know, good, mute their mic if something gets loud, that kind of stuff. There's also a way to do push to talk in the settings, but I'm not going to go into that because that'll get too confusing for everybody. But anyway, and then to disconnect, there's some new buttons that pop up when you're here. You can turn your camera on, which we usually don't do. We just do voice together. And then there's like some activities. There's the soundboard, which I have added a couple things myself. Or actually, I haven't added any to our Voice of the Rings yet, but I'm going to. I'm planning on it. So, and then also, if you say the disconnect is right here. So see this little phone? You see this little phone? That's how you get out of the channel. All right? You hear that sound effect? That is called disconnecting. That's the connect sound. All right? Now, okay, there you go. Moving on. So now the next thing that you guys might want to know is the muting of text channels. Are you getting spammed, right? Kind of thing. You could do this with any Discord. You could immediately go up here into the Discord and go to full settings, but what I would recommend doing is information channels. These right here are all going to be from me, and the YouTube video one will be automated from my bot. It will load, it will give you the newest videos that come out on my channel, okay? The announcements is going to usually only be from me. I really give no one else permission to do that at this time. Events, only from me. Channel information, only from me, and all that jazz, okay? So anyway, I may have in the future have like an officer something chat too as well. We'll see. Again, I want only people who want to help with things like that, and of course that I know well enough to trust, of course. Like I have my wonderful, you know, I have some wonderful moderators already on YouTube and some wonderful kinship officers in my Lord of the Rings Online, so I appreciate that. So anyway, so again, don't forget you can close these if you need to. So if you are a Patreon and you support the channel in that way, thank you so much. you get these Patreon channels as well. These are little bonuses. You get some occasional sneak peeks right here. That's what these little sneak peeks are. That's a locked channel. And this is stuff that people can chat in as Patreons, okay? They also get some special channels for voice. A lot of my Dwarven Rangers sit in the Ranger channel a lot, I see, which is fun. But if you want to just join us, anyone on my channel is welcome. All I ask is you're a subscriber, and that's free, all right? You get all the Kinship chat channels to chat in, all right? Kinship chat is just direct chat. So let me show you real quick. If you click on this edit channel button, you see what happens when I left click on Kinship chat? These little buttons appear. So if I click this edit channel and go into here, now you're going to see slightly different permissions. So in fact, I'm actually going to pop back over to my alt account here, whoop, for a second, and do this exact same thing. I'm going to go see my alt account has a slightly different font, different look, how everything looks. That is because it probably has a different setting on, which I've changed. You can change that in the settings. So if you actually, I believe it is right, let's see here. You don't get a gear, I forgot. You have to do I'm trying to remember how you can, oh, I remember. Okay, so I thought you could do individual channel muting as someone watching, but you may have to actually go into this notification, no, not notifications, the settings right here. Hold on. All right. Show, here's some information, okay? Show all channels, mute direct message. You need to go to, I see what's happening. It has a different font and a slightly different setup too. That may be because I'm using this app on this thing. So here's two different ways to find it. You can either click on this, and then up here you click this, all right? Just click anywhere up here at the top, and it brings up this right here is what I was looking for. See this information? Kinship chat, and there's a settings and notification button, okay? So you want to click the notification button, all right? And you can do notification settings right here, all right? And then you can actually go in and do this, and this will only affect the Kinship chat, okay, for you. You could say all messages restrict, only mentions, right? So that means you will get only basically, this will restrict everything. This one will restrict everything except for your mentions and nothing. You will get no notifications of the server. So if you're someone who just likes to check yourself and you don't want to get notifications, do this one. Okay. If you're someone who doesn't want to get every message, but you still like to hear it if someone directly, tags you, which I'll explain in a second, you click this one. Okay. So just keep that in mind. And then once you're done, you could just go back out here, and that should be all set up for you. Now, again, I'm going to pop back over. So that's one way to do it. But if I bring back up my other one here, for me on this account, which is funny that it's slightly different, I probably have a slightly different layout of my account profile. You can change that. I click here, and I guess it's actually because I'm also the dev that I get these permission things and audio. Yeah, no, I think it's the same. Notification settings. They're right up there. So it's the same. So if this isn't popping up for you on a normal desktop, the way you do it, again, is that little trick where you just click the top. I didn't realize it was slightly different. I'm so glad I brought up two accounts for you guys to double check that for you while I was making this video, or that would have been very confusing for you. So again, you just click up here, and they popped up over here for me. Okay. Now what we have over here behind my monitor is like who is on, in a part of that, right? That channel. But again, that's going to get a little bit too in depth. I didn't want to make this video much longer. So just keep in mind, we have all of these awesome channels, but you can also go to Kinship free channels. All right. And I thought you could just mute the entire, you may have to individually go, but again, remember, you could also go to the server, and you could go to, and then notification, but see this notification bell right here? See that? If you don't want to go through and mute every single channel that I just showed you how, you go to the notification bell, and again, you can do nothing. You can do only you mentioned. You could do all. And then there's also these other buttons that are very, very important, okay? There's suppress everyone here. I don't always recommend turning that one off because you'll miss me giving an announcement, because I'm usually one of the only ones that says at everyone. I would like it if no one abuses that and starts using that too much, where I have to like ban everyone but me from using it. I prefer it to kind of be something that, use it sparingly for my regular members. suppress all roles and mentions. So again, you could suppress, and you can suppress highlight. Highlight basically means this information that pops up like this, where see these little white dots that are happening on the left side of these servers down here on the left? It means there's something new in that server. To suppress the highlight means that won't show up either. Okay, that's what that is. So pretty much it's not too complicated with that. So you can individually go through different channels and just mute those. If you wanted to go through and mute a bunch of the regular chat channels in the kinship event stuff, and then you want to make sure announcements are there, or you could suppress stuff and leave us, you know, notifications, but leave on the notifications of the everyone, right? You could say only mentioned and then put and leave everyone not suppressed, and then you should get my messages still. All right, but you should not get everyone else's, you know, conversations happening, little bleeps or anything. It shouldn't be too bad anyway, but hopefully that kind of helps you out. And again, I'm really glad I brought up an alt account to look at during this video, or I would have felt really bad later, because I did not realize that I have a very different setup as an account, and I am the owner of this server, which means I get these special little gears here, which I don't think you guys get as viewers. You have to go up here, click this, and click the notifications, or you click the little drop down if you don't want to do the individual every channel, right? And go to notifications for the whole channel through that little trick I showed you on the other one, right? Which again would be click up here and notifications, okay? Versus going to a random chat message, okay? And going in there and then getting, clicking up here at the top, and it'll pop up and let you bring up the notifications bell there. And this will only mute this channel, Lord of the Rings video films, okay? Whichever one you're clicked on when you do that. So that's the thing to keep remember. And remember, if you click this, it goes back and forth. It kind of moves it back and forth. That's in the app. So keep that in mind for not getting confused where everything is. Once you start doing it, it'll be pretty straightforward and get really, like, you know, second nature. But hopefully that helps you out if you are brand new to it. So now that you kind of know how all that works, real quick run through of the channel. So again, you can close up all these channels if you wanted to. You could close all the text channels. These ones are all lit up because they're new. So if I do this and I click on all these, all right, and then I can close, my account has some weird settings. So I'm gonna this alt account. See, for me, I can close all of these as the main viewer of these channels. I can shrink everything if I wanted to. There we go. So now everything's shrinked except for the thing I'm clicked on, right? And you can decide what you want. We have information, which is for all. You can open it up and look at things. Text channels, these are for the Patreons only channels. Then we have our free channels, basically our kinship and events and news for Lord of the Rings and stuff. Ardar, this is pretty much a bunch of different things about Lord of the Rings for everyone to use. Realms of outside of Ardar, this is just fun side things, you know, just for our community here on Discord, on Voice of the Rings, and voice channels for Patreons, right? So it's organized very nicely that way. I'm personally usually leave open most of them, except for maybe the voice channels at the bottom I'll close, just to kind of leave room. Because when I have mine normally looks like this. It's about this size, and I have all of these open like this. That's normal for me. Now again, that's very far away for you for the video. That's why I zoomed in today. But hopefully that helped you guys out a little bit. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to tell you guys. This was a very off-the-cuff video. I'm sorry if it wasn't perfect. But I just made it real quick. I wanted to help out some of my new viewers who are joining in. And he's real. It's my one Patreon. I was like, wait, is this a bot? So anyway, that's good. Again, if you're ever on my channel, you see suddenly a spam happen in like 10 channels. It may be a bot. Don't always click all links, okay? Most of the time, it's pretty safe in Discord, but occasionally, if you get some weird like link to some other weird Discord or some weird thing, I just warn you ahead, guys, okay? Just don't be careful. If you see it happening in like 20 channels, it all has the same, you know, link, it might be a scam. So just be careful of that, just like anything. That rarely happens, but it does happen sometimes. It also happens sometimes if you have the channel open freely to everybody, which I do. I made it where anyone can join as long as you're a subscriber now. That was thanks to our wonderful Patreons. They decided, let's open up to everyone to kind of build the community. That was, you know, a year ago. And so far, we've only had one problem ever with that. with like a bot coming in and spamming things. But yeah, have a great day in Middle Earth. What are the most important channels for you to know as new viewers? You want to know, watch the announcement channel, the events channel, and the YouTube videos. These three are like the big ones. We also have a calendar one where I link these, but you can also go to voiceoftherings.com, all right, to see this stuff. And also there's channel information, and we got tips, and I have an entire catalog set up with information of every playlist on YouTube. If you're someone who just doesn't want to dig through my whole homepage, even though I just redid it, it's wonderfully redone. But you can come here and read, and there's one that's read without the links. So this is just information about everyone. And this is the one with the links, and it'll take you to any of the playlists on the YouTube channel. So anyway, I work really hard with this Discord. Hopefully this helped you out a little bit. I'm sorry if the video was a little bit longer than I meant to be. Could have been a little bit more maybe to the point, but hopefully it helps you out still. And kind of giving you the view of everything. I want to real quickly though show you from the phone perspective, okay? I think I said I would do that real quick, so let me show you that as well real fast. So I have this right over here. So I'm going to bring this up. All right, maximize. So this is from my phone. This is what it would look like if you downloaded the phone app, okay? So you can see here, it looks very similar, right? We're still the same way. Everything's kind of the same touch, right? You can touch the little arrow and information, it'll close it, right? You can close them all up if you wanted to. Same thing with settings. If I go up here and click the top, there's the notification settings. And you know what? Now that I realize that, that may have something to do with the other one I was using, maybe a phone type version of the app versus the regular version of the app. So the regular version of the app, I believe you go into settings and you go to server settings. Oh yeah, there we go. Notification settings right there. Okay, so that's actually probably this is the way you get to it with this version. Okay, so that is the desktop version. It's going to look like that. You do the little drop down of the server and you go to notification settings. This is where you'll do the everyone or suppress. And if you go to this one, the phone version, you do it just like I showed you on the other one, which we'd click the top there, Voice of the Rings, notification settings, and you can adjust them there. Okay? All right. Good. And then now you know all that jazz. Then you basically, one little trick with the phone version, you have less room on your screen. So when you go to a channel like the voice channel here, you can go here in information, you click at the top and it'll move it over, right? And there's the individual notification settings that I showed you on the other way, how to get, right? And then to get back, you can always click the back button on your phone, but I believe you can also tap Kinship Chat at the top, all right? Which doesn't seem to let you, so you just have to click back on your thing. It'll bring you back to the information. And then you can always click the arrow on the very top left there, or, click back, I think also works on your phone, and it'll bring you back to choosing what channel you want to be in. All right. There's a notification button at the bottom. This is for messages, right? Incoming messages. And then you can see information about your account on the right there. And the little chat bubble there up the top is very similar to the actual desktop. They actually updated it again. And this is basically like texting. You can click on someone direct and click the little bubble at the bottom and text someone directly. Okay? It's like texting through Discord. All right, through the direct message. So just hopefully that helped you guys out and kind of showed you some stuff. And again, I could do a more in the future if you'd like a more in-depth version of reviewing all of this. Just let me know. I would be happy. I will link this Discord for you to get the app in the below area. But if this helped you out too, let me know. Oops, sorry. This is how I was showing you my phone. Close. Get out of here. All right. So anyway, my friends, hopefully that helped you guys out with the information and how to set this up. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, that's about it. I feel like I missed something. But that's okay. I will have another video out for you. I did this off the cuff very quickly because I'm going to release it the next morning. And then we're doing a Kinship raid event. So I just wanted to make this really fast. And I made this at like 1 in the morning. So appreciate your patience with me if I couldn't really get to the point there a few times. Have a great day in Middle-earth. Again, I may do a little quick version of this video just showing you how to do a couple of those special things. Would you like that? Let me know in the comments. I might just do one like how to mute and things like that. But again, there's only going to probably be like 15 or 20 of you maybe that even need this video ever. So if it did help you, I'm glad it helped. Have a great day. Thanks to my Patrons. Baruch Hazak Kuzar, I mean you. Stay happy, my friends. I'll see you in the next one.